Dr. Parjeet Kaur, Associate Director, Endocrinology and Diabetes, Medanta Hospital. Doctor, from survey linking obesity directly to productivity loss, I mean, from your own clinical experience, this is where it comes in. How early are lifestyle diseases now showing up in India's working age population, and talk about the kids as well?
Yes, exactly. So that's what we are seeing. So lifestyle disorders like obesity, diabetes, heart disease are no longer restricted to the middle age or older people. We are seeing very much in this, in fact, starting right from adolescents, children, and of course the young adults. And in fact, it's the fact that we Indians, we develop diabetes and heart disease at much younger age, 10 to 15 years earlier than the Western counterpart. That fact is already established. But the more worrisome is what we are seeing is in the children and adolescents, rising cases of obesity, pre-diabetes, and diabetes. And there is no doubt that is all linked to the lifestyle. Lifestyle means the diet and the physical activity both. And in the diet, yes, of course, these instant foods, the ultra processed foods have a big role to play,
Yeah.
because this is replacing their normal diet actually. This is something they're getting full with all these food items, and they're not just left hungry for the good healthy food. And more important is the school, which is the role of school, I think, is a lot in this case, because
Yeah.
the exposure of kind of foods which they get even in the schools, the kind of packed food, the material which is available, I think that's where we need to work upon, and along with the physical activity part as well. I think schools are emphasizing more on the marks and all, but
Yeah.
physical activity something should be
The campuses
non-negotiable.
are now becoming very sustainable, but lifestyle is not becoming sustainable or conducive to longer health at all. How does ultra processed food accelerate this cluster of BP, heart disease? We're seeing diabetes as well compared to our traditional diets. Let's talk about the worries so that we can strike some fear in those that are watching this, and they can go back to the basics like Dr. Mehta put out.
Right. So ultra processed food, basically they have a lot of additives. They are sugary, they are salty, and they have trans fats. And what these items they do once they're inside our body, they kind of create an inflammation in the body. And that inflammation itself makes a lot of changes, creates a lot of hormonal imbalances, including the insulin resistance. And that's where the process begins. Once the insulin resistance sets up, the
Yep.
obesity starts. More the obesity, more is the insulin resistance, more is the fat, more is fat gets spilled over your liver, fatty pancreas. And in the process, you get heart diseases, high blood pressure, and high cholesterol. Now, it's very important to understand that this kind of ultra processed food, the process starts very slow. Initially, you won't even notice something
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
happening.
You
But the
have the
moment
thin fat phenomenon that we're dealing with in our
Yes,
country as well.
yes, exactly. So the what is happening is more of visceral fat, abdominal
Yeah.
obesity, and you think you are lean, but you are inside you are weak. And it's not only affecting your actually the metabolic health, it's affecting your mental health also. Because a huge connection between metabolic health and mental health. So once your hormones are disturbed, you're not you in fact I see patients, young adults coming to me, they're obese, they're having mental brain fogging, they're not
Yeah.
able to
Yeah.
work
Yeah. Yeah.
concentrate on the work, their productivity is definitely going down. So no doubt these ultra processed food, they work very slow, they
All
kind
right.
of rush the pipe, and it you get the problem later on to see, but then it process starts very early.